Hello. So, I'm back again after a long time, I know. So, let's not waste the time then. Today, we are going to do one important topic of ninth class, and which is also an important topic for 10th class as well. That is relative pronomen. So, as the name suggests, relative pronomen means we are dealing with some relation. Okay, there should be some relation between the two sentences we are dealing with, and let's see how to deal with it. So let me take an example. Da steht ein Mann. So there is one man, person standing, and then ich kenne ihn. I know him. Let us make it short. So there is standing a man and I know him. Now in both the sentences, what is the thing which we are just, we are explaining it in the second sentence as well. So in the first sentence, that was a person we were talking about. And in the second sentence, we are discussing again about the person only, that I know him. Okay, so we are continuing, we are showing the relation of sentence 1, that is our Hauptsatz or main sentence, and sentence number 2, that you can consider as your Nebensatz, because we are going to combine these two sentences not using any connector but using a relative pronoun. Now let us see how we go about it. Now in a relative sentence, our main sentence, first we have to see कि first sentence में हमारा कौन सा main जो है वो subject है we are talking about. So da steht ein Mann. ये हमारा same रहेगा. We will not do any changes in this. In the first one, now we will join these two sentences using the pronomen which is relating to both the sentences. अब first sentence में मेरे बारे में तो कोई बात हो नहीं रही है. So definitely ish is not in question here. So what is common in these two sentences was this detail, him, that was this man. Now relative pronomen कभी भी आपका unbestimmt article क्या होते हैं हमारे indefinite articles से हम कभी भी नहीं बनाते. हमारा जो relative pronomen बनता है वो हमारा बनता है definite article से. अब यहाँ पे जो in है, it clearly shows your accusative article, accusative category of er. He is being changed into him because of accusative object. Now we know that in nominative, masculines have the article of their and it changes into den for accusative. So we have to say da steht ein Mann, den ich kenne. हमारा जो रूल है relative pronomen वही रोल प्ले करता है, वही रूल यूज करता है जो कि कनेक्टर यूज करता है. और कनेक्टर क्या करता है, आपकी वर्ब को सेंटेंस के एंड में भेजता है मोस्टली. जो हमारे null पोजीशन कनेक्टर होते हैं उनको छोड़ के, एक्सेप्ट दोज. ओके, सो there is standing a man whom I know. Now we have connected two information with the help of relative pronomen. Now let us see if we have two sentences in which we have to deal with the preposition. Okay, suppose let me keep the first sentence same to make it simple. We are keeping the first sentence like this only, da steht ein Mann. Now in this case, I am taking the second sentence as another example with a preposition. So now let me change the second part of the sentence. Now, da steht ein Mann. Okay. So, let me write down. Ich habe mit ihm. I have just used the duster, so it's not coming up nicely. This is IHM, mit ihm gespielt. So there is a person standing. I have played with him. Okay. So, da steht ein Mann. Now what will happen? Here we are again. The person who is in relation with the first sentence is this one, ihm. Now it is in dative form. It is a dative object because of this preposition mit. Whenever you are dealing with relative pronouns, you always take care whether before that pronoun in the second sentence any preposition is immediately coming before that pronoun. If it is coming immediately before that pronoun, then you have to write that preposition here also. So we will fill here as mit dem. Now, ihm means to him, for him. Yeah. And here, dem is depicting the dative form of masculine. Mit dem ich gespielt. Now, where our habe will be placed? You guessed it right, I hope so. It has to be placed at the end of the sentence because that is what a connector does and that is what a relative pronoun will do to the sentence. Now, so is this clear? Da steht ein Mann. आपको सबसे पहले ये देखना होता है दोनों sentences में कौन सी चीज common है. Whether it is a person we are talking about further, we are explaining some information about it further, or it is a thing which we are explaining about it further. Now, let us move a bit ahead. Now, if I want to say, I want to use the structure wo plus preposition and the plus preposition, which is also a subpart of this, right? So, since we have written like this, da steht ein Mann, mit dem ich gespielt habe. Now, if I want to make a question for this whole sentence, then should we use wo plus mit form, da plus mit form, or we have to use the preposition and in ihm form, or the preposition again and in ihm form for the answer also. Okay, so it is a person over here, not a thing. So what we need to do if we want to make a question for such sentence, this is relative pronoun is up to here only. We are dealing with relative pronoun till here. I am going a further step to make a question when you have a sentence, how to deal with it, to frame a question. Now, if it is a person, so what we will do is mit wem. Okay, so here since it is ihm, so what question word we will use? We will use wem for ihm, for whom, to whom, and if it would have been a accusative preposition here, then we might have used it wem for ihm. So mit wem, with whom, mit wem habe ich gespielt? Okay, so that would be the question for this sentence, and the answer would be mit ihm. When the answer is dative, we would might have used ihm. if the preposition might have been accusative, we could have used in. So that is how we can frame the questions using the prepositions and then using whom or when accordingly, and for answer we have to use the preposition again and im or in accordingly. And if it would have been a thing, okay, suppose I have taken, let me take an example. Da steht eine Flasche. Now Flasche, it is not a person, okay. So definitely it is an example of a thing for you. And then ich habe, let us change this one then. Ich suche sie. So it is like, okay, there is that bottle, I was looking for it. So da steht, similarly we will change this as well. Da steht eine Flasche. E will add because of feminine. Now this Z is going under the category of feminine, and it is accusative in which feminine remains the. So die ich suche, verb will go in the end, and it clearly depicts there is the bottle which I was looking for. Okay, so that clarifies how a relative pronoun can be used to combine two sentences. Now, if I wanted to frame a question for this sentence, since it was Flasche was a thing, so my question word has to be wo plus here we are not using any preposition. So let us take one question which is dealing with the preposition, because for using such structure we need a preposition to deal with. Okay, so da steht eine Flasche. Let me change the second sentence, the connecting sentence, and using a preposition for Flasche. Da steht eine Flasche. Okay. Ich denke an sie. Okay, so there is a bottle. I was thinking, or I am thinking about it. Okay, so better we make it in a perfect form also. That would make more sensible or senseful sentence. Ich dachte is the past form of denken. Ich dachte an sie. I was thinking about it. So, da steht eine Flasche. Now, before sie, there is this preposition. So, we will be using the preposition. Since it is using an accusative case, because denken plus an is playing the role of accusative preposition here. So we will write da steht eine Flasche an die ich dachte. Dachte will go in the end. So there is one bottle standing about which I was thinking. Now, if I want to frame a question for this sentence in which preposition is also coming. So I wanted to ask, suppose my friend, about what are you thinking? Oh, I was thinking about a bottle. Okay, so it will be wo plus an. Now, if the preposition is starting with any vowel, a, o, u, so an extra r will be added over here. So it will be woran. Woran dachten Sie? आप किसके बारे में सोच रहे थे? Right? Woran dachten Sie? Ich dachte an die flasher. Okay? Oh, really? You were thinking about the bottle? Yeah, ish dakte daran. Daran means about it. You want to make sure. Yes, yes, I was thinking about it, about him, with him. Yeah. So I was playing with him. So mit him, and I was thinking about the bottle. Seriously? Yeah, Daran. Daran means about it. So that is how this we can make a separate video to deal with this form of prepositional questions. In this video, I just touched this topic because it was there in the syllabus of 9th class CBSE board, and it was a bit interwoven. So I took up this topic as well. I have just introduced this topic in a very short manner. We can make a explanatory video regarding that. Yeah. And this is what we were dealing with, the relative pronoun. I hope now relative pronoun might be clear to you people. And those who are in CBSE 9th class, they can open up the books for their practice. The book is Beste Freunde. And when you open up the page number 52 of your chapter number 5 from the Arbeit book section. So any student who is following CBSE. So we all are familiar with this table, nominative, accusative, dative. I am taking it for distinct article because that is being used in relative pronoun only. Okay, so let me take one example from your book only, page 52, as I have told you, from Beste Freunde, from the Arbeit book section of chapter 5, page 52, I am talking about. Okay, so let us deal one or two questions from there. And if you have any problem in this page with any question, you can DM me. Okay. So the first one was, where is Manuel? That is the name, Manuel. And then der Junge. So someone is talking ki where is this person? The boy, der Junge, comma, dash. Now this dash we have to fill it with the relative. Dash der süße Hund gehört. Now we have to be very attentive, and we have to be very smart enough to just watch that in this sentence, in the connecting sentence, the person who is in relation here in both the sentences is this one, the young boy. So the young boy dash there's you say Hund gehört. Gehören means to belong, and we are very well belong. We are very well aware of that gehören is a dative verb. Okay, so if it is a dative verb, it is a pure dative verb, which means it has an subject and an object. Now the subject here is dog. Okay, so the young boy to whom the dog belongs. So the dog is the subject here, and the object is a dative object. Because of the verb gehören, we have to fill the dative form. But dative form of whom we need to fill here. Who is the person who is common in both the sentences? That is this young boy, which comes under the category of masculine. Now masculine under dative will be changed into them. So it has to be them. To whom the sweet dog belong. That is how we need to fill. Let us take one more example. I'm just looking for some dative example for plural forms. Okay, so let us take the second question, and I am taking the second part of second question because dative form is really important. Meine Nachbarn. Now nakban here is plural because it is having an n end here and there is e over here. If you write nakbar, that becomes your male neighbor, but meine nakban, your neighbor. This en which was here will also come here. Okay, so it has to come meine Nachbarn, denen ich manchmal helfe. To whom sometimes I help. Okay, so that is how we do the relative pronoun. In case you feel some difficulty, you can please write messages. I will respond to that. And I hope this topic is clear to you. So see you next time with some another interesting topic. Till then, take care. Wiedersehen.